All right. Hello, everyone. We're interviewing some trade guilds, associations, and organizations today for the Kingdom of Vornair. Our first one is going to be Freya, Jedzea, Tsuiri with the New Caledonia Association in the Conclave of Aritaur.
Hello, all.
So, can you tell us, first of all, where your guild is going to be located or your association?
Well, main port for the association will be out of the township of New Caledonia. The reasons for the association are to supply a network of inns that I will have throughout the kingdom of Vornair. And right now we are scheduled to open the mighty oak in the Rhinelands, and we are also scheduled to open the cedars in Aritaur. And then we are looking at opening possibly one more branch, which would be the Willows in some other county and or duchy once game goes live. And there will be a co-op between the three of those different inns for trade goods, specifically to supply the inns for major foods of the different local areas.
All right. Why did you decide to focus your association on this profession?
Basically, it was to supply my culinary skills. My goal in the Chronicles of Illyria is to have one of the greatest cookbooks of Illyria, and so thereby establishing it in different regions, I can then highlight local cuisine and local herbs, and then also go ahead and trade those herbs across those three different hubs.
I see. Uh, are you going to be focused on just the one product, like produce?
No, many products. We each one of the inns will have a local specialty. For right now, I can tell you that New Caledonia actually will have a heavy industry of lamb and wool. So we actually make one of the specialties of New Caledonia is Caledonian stew, and that is a lamb-based stew. Otherwise, which is if you think of your old Irish stews, which are land-based. That's New Caledonia's backbone. Um, and then the Mighty Oak, I haven't decided on a constant menu for that or the Willows yet, but that will soon to come.
Ah, that sounds good. What type of players are you looking for to work with you? As far as like time, how much time they'll spend or dedication?
Um, Anything. I love the casual gamer to the hardcore gamer. I spend a lot of my waking hours will be in game. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's just one of those things that once the children are gone to school, I'm able to play during the day, but in the evening I won't be around, sorry to say. And then my weekends are taken up with the exception of Sunday. So I would love people that are early morning and or Sundays because I don't have family then to interrupt my playtime.
So, what would you like people to know about how you're going to be managing things?
I I would personally like to do things on a barter system, and or in a co-op natural or fashion. So in the case, and like I said, the mighty, all three of them are going to be very distinct in their and unique as far as the flavor of the ends. So I'd like to be able to say, okay, for example, the cedars, because it's hopefully going to be a wetland slash terresque by nature. Um, it will have the cranberries and the wild rices and the Caledonian stew, which will be the lamb, and then carrots. And then because it is in the wetlands, you'll get a lot of sand in it, so you'll actually be able to hopefully grow green beans and cucumbers very naturally. But for example, when we try to go ahead and grow, let's say, stalks of corn, the ground in conclave where I'll be settled is not heavy enough. So it actually will have to have a clay base. So hopefully the willows in or the mighty oak will actually have a better soil base. And I know Souza has expressed that one of the big thing is the different territories will have different soil types. So hopefully just by that virtue, I'll be able to go ahead and bring different foods to each one of the different ends.
Right. Yeah, that's really good that you're doing it that way. So you mentioned that you'd have a branch in the Rhineland, so I'm
Yes.
assuming you're going to try to spread out to other duchies as well.
Yes, absolutely. I intend to make it um, spread out enough that they're not clubbed together. And as I said, get the different soil types and the different biomes and the different food types.
Okay. Do you have any trading partners or arrangements with other guilds at this time?
Not right at this moment, but I did buy two townships myself. So right now, the New Caledonia is situated specifically in the Conclave. I'm not certain where the next township will be. It will possibly be in the Conclave, but I'm open to other suggestions and/or other trading partners. The plan is either one of the townships that I have we will starburst from outside of the town and be then trading with 8 to 10 different local vendors to go ahead and bring in our goods and wares.
Right.
And New Caledonia is based on being a trade hub in the first place. So I highly encourage anybody to go ahead and look me up and say, hey, we'd like to do trade with you. I did buy the mayor package for obviously both my townships, specifically for the merchant wares. And I've also bought um, otter barges to work with trade. I've also bought some of the agricultural stuff um, as far as trading is concerned. So I've got ourselves pretty well set up to situate a supply chain of organization.
Sounds good. So I guess being the profession you have, you may not need teachers or instructors, but are you going to coordinate with a school that teaches, chefs, that sort of thing?
Well, New Caledonia is set up on, I do want to set a public school system up because I do want to go ahead and make sure that children specifically learn how to scribe. Not only for just general purposes, but also for I need to learn how to scribe in order to write all my recipes in my cookbook. So, and I'm more than in New Caledonia. In fact, in my Discord channel, I do have a channel that's actually called the Kitchen Chat. And the Kitchen Chat's designed to go ahead and trade recipes with other duchies and other kingdoms, even to go ahead and bring the wealth of eatery across the globe.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So before we stop today, do you have anything else you want to tell us about your association?
As I said, association because I do want to. I don't I'm not a profit monger. I want enough to take, should we say, keep things rolling and should we say improve, but and make everybody happier, wealthier, and wiser. But I'm not all about the change.
Right, right. All right. Well, thank you for coming today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me to just